Before we get started, I just want to quickly thank HubSpot for sponsoring today's video, but more on that later. Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm doing another day in the life of a marketing manager today. I thought I would actually start out just by doing a little bit of a clean. I have a little bit of time before my first meeting, so I just want to kind of clear up my space a little bit. I definitely find that having a clean space helps with kind of staying focused throughout the day. Not only because cluttered space equals cluttered mind, but also I definitely am somebody who resorts to cleaning when I want to procrastinate, and I think it's best if there's just nothing for me to clean. So Alright, I'm starting my work day. I'm feeling really tired today, so let's see how this work day pans out. I do actually have quite a lot of stuff to do. This is an interesting week because tomorrow, the day after, and the day after, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have our in-person kickoff meetings, which we have like once or twice a year. So they're a pretty big deal, and I am leading the discussion for several topics. So I need to figure out just some slides and discussion topics for these meetings, while also making sure that I am going through my weekly checklist and just making sure that I'm got everything covered, so nothing like time sensitive needs to be done before then. It should be okay because pretty much our entire team is going to be at these meetings, so it's not like I have anybody to hand work to or share work to or like have meetings with over the next couple of days. Our focus is just this annual planning meeting, but I do want to get a head start because this was a short week, so it's already Tuesday. I had a long weekend, Monday was off, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have like these meetings. So I just want to make sure that I am taking advantage of today and just getting as much done as possible so I don't feel super rushed or busy next week. Still one of my favorite mugs ever. I think it's so cute. But I got this at Three Singing Birds, I think, in Whistler. So freaking cute. So I'm just gonna start out by going through my Notion. There are a couple of tasks I already know I need to work on, so I'll write those down, but essentially those are my discussion slides, social for Saas time off, and then we'll see what else I have going on today. Okay, so today my list are the discussion slides, social media to make sure that I'm covered for this next week. I'm actually going to check over like a couple of website pages that our web designer handed over, just so I'm making sure that she has work this week. So she is actually a contractor, so she won't be at our in-person meetings, but that just means she has a whole week where I won't be able to assign her any new work. So I'm just gonna go through and make sure that I'm creating some work for her for this next week. And I think that is going to be everything. So I have several different workshops tomorrow that I need to plan for. I don't know how I'm gonna tackle this yet. I guess just one by one, but I don't know which one I want to start with. We are going to be having a social media workshop that I will be heading with a new team member of ours. As I mentioned in some of my previous videos, we have been hiring within our team. So we recently actually added a new team member who handles all of our social media. And since we're coming to the start of a new fiscal year, we have these business meetings so that we can plan new strategies and new ideas to how we can execute on some of these marketing things like our social media, our content strategy, how we can improve our content for the next year. Actually, a great way to keep your content and social media organized and to plan for new ideas is by using a robust content calendar. This takes me to today's video sponsor, which is HubSpot. HubSpot provides tons and tons of really great resources for you to use, and I actually just downloaded their content calendar template to build out our new content strategy. There's space in this content calendar for a schedule, a calendar view, a content repository, and then these like pages where you can write individual platform updates and posts and messages as well. I love using something like this because it makes my job so much easier, and it just makes it super simple for my team and I to plan content for the next year. So I started on the monthly planning calendar for now, just to kind of put some of my ideas on what we should be focusing on in the first month of our fiscal year, which is September. So I definitely want to run a back to work campaign. I actually also would like to run education program campaign. During these weeks, you can see that on Thursdays are always our days for blog posts, so I kind of started putting out some ideas to what these should be. But since we're doing an education program, I'm thinking maybe this one can be like how to use accounting software to solve all your financial and then we can kind of put in some of those educational pieces in that blog post. And then I do have a how-to blog post here as well, which I think fits well with the education program as well. I'd like to get YouTube started back up, so we're gonna do some placeholders. In the meantime, and I'll do these like every other week. And then what's cool is you can actually then go into the content repository and just add in content that you think would fit well here. So I'm going to go ahead and add some key pieces of content that I think are going to work well for this next little while. This is actually a really useful like section for us because we have created a ton of different resources in the past beyond just blog posts, social media posts, but a lot of PDFs, guides, ebooks, etc. And sometimes it's easy to lose track of where these things are, especially if somebody is asking our customer success team for them. It's nice to be able to share this content repository with them, so it's easy for them to find like certain resources to share with our clients as well. Okay, I just added a few that I think I'll use soon, and then I'll leave these individual update pages to work on together to use as kind of a planning system for when we are strategizing in this week's meetings. I've linked this amazing free template in the description box below, so you guys can use it for your social media and content planning as well. Honestly, I think I would use this even for my own like social media accounts, just because it is a great way to organize all of your content and what you want to post for the next little while. Okay, so I have to create some slides now to make sure that I remember to talk about that template as well as some other topics during my meetings. So I don't think I'm going to create slides for all of the topics because some of them are really just like brainstorming sessions, but I think I will create it for probably 2 or 3 of the topics. I have topics like social media, app usage, encouragement, time to value, like launch planning for one of our new tools. I created little Notion pages for each of the topics that I need to talk about. So I'm just going to go through and type out some notes in each section so that I have a basic idea of what I want to talk about before I go and actually plan out either a slide deck or just some sort of a visual to display while I am chatting. All right, I have a meeting now, so I'm gonna hop onto that. Still working on these slides. This is literally taking me all day. Plus I got my second coffee, so at least there's that. Yes, let me just shoot them a quick message to make sure they're joining on still. Okay, 2 coffees in and I just finished my first slide deck. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's just not easy breezy comfort girl working from home. So that's fine. I'm gonna switch gears and actually just work on some social. I need to create some social to let our customers know that CS is not going to be working during our business strategy meetings, of course. I think in the past we have created some posts on like when CS isn't going to be on, so I'm just gonna try to find that and use that as a template. Okay, socials scheduled. I'm gonna go through and look at work for our web developer now and just make sure that I'm scheduling some stuff for her. I actually communicate with my web developer through Slack, but also largely through Notion. I love this feature of Notion where you can get all of your updates and notifications all in one place. So you go to all updates and then you can see kind of the areas where she had reached out. So both of the blog templates are ready for review. Sweet, I can do that. New activity is now working. Awesome. So now I can actually go to these tasks and just communicate with her directly in the comments, which is so, so helpful. Okay, so I took a bunch of notes. Okay, so I actually took a bunch of notes already for changes that I want her to make. I'm actually going to come in and just create quickly the mobile version of this page because that is what we are missing. We're gonna come into my blog page. This one? Yeah, blog page. Here we go. And just figure out what this is going to look like for mobile. I'm just gonna copy over this because it's encompassing of a lot of the things that's gonna be on this page, but not all. So, mobile title, mobile body. I'm having some dinner now and just wrapping up my work day. I'm eating tofu and rice. A very, very typical meal for me. I sent over this webpage design that I created for a new landing page. pretty simple stuff. I just added in a resources section because I thought any way for users to find our additional resources is just great. Obviously, I talked about our support because that is one of our best, I would say like one of our best features, in the sense that our support team is just amazing and you're always getting live support from us. Some credibility elements, so the testimonials, and yeah, just really simple. We will probably add to this page as kind of time goes on, but I just wanted to get a simple page started so that we have a template to start building out the other pages as well. I honestly didn't think that the slide deck would take as long as it did, but honestly it was probably the most important task that I had today, so that is totally fine. While I was creating the slide decks, it gave me some ideas on some potential new projects that I would like to execute on, just some ideas for content strategy, for social media, for media buying, and just kind of some other, I guess, content pieces that I want to test in this next year. So I've added them all to my Notion board, just as a place to remember them, and if I need to, I can flesh them out further. But yeah, it's kind of one of the things I love about Notion, is I really just try to put everything in there. That way it just makes it super simple and easy for me to find things in the future if I need to. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's day in the life. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about in this video, please make sure to leave it in the comments down below and I will try to answer it ASAP. Sorry if it was a bit of a boring workday, but sometimes that's just the way it is. If you guys want to check out more of my day in the life of a marketing manager videos, some of my other days are really hectic, really busy, and I talk about way more different topics. So I will link that playlist in the description box below. But that's it. I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in my next video.